Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be building some elevated garden beds. I'm actually building 3 of these today, so I've got quite a bit of material that I need to go through and cut everything. So I'm going to speed through this really quick and get everything cut, and I'll start assembling. I have created some build plans for these garden beds, as well as cut lists and material lists and tools that will be needed for this project. If anybody's interested in getting a hold of some of those, I have it available on my Etsy page. If you're interested, you can check out the description below this video. I'll leave the link there, as well as right here on the screen, a link will pop up and that can take you to those build plans. All right, now I've got everything just about cut out, and then I'll get back to the project of assembling these. A few of the pieces on this garden bed will actually be using only half of a 2x4, so I'm going to take it over to my table saw, rip that down, and then cut it to length. Alright, now it's time to start assembling. I'm going to start with the short panels. I'm going to be screwing deck screws through those legs into the horizontal 2x4 and 2x6, and that will connect the panel together. Now if you notice, I'm pre-drilling the top 2x4 board going through that leg because it's very likely to split, and I actually had one split before pre-drilling. So I'm pre-drilling the top, but by the time it gets down to the 2x6, that wood isn't really at risk of splitting, so I'm just saving a step and screwing directly through the wood without pre-drilling. I'm also using the block that's going to be used on the long panel as the spacer to tell how far the 2x6 needs to be down from the 2x4. This is perfect to just make sure all the spaces are the same, and it's going to match the long panels when those are done. Now for the longer panels, I'm going to be using full 2x4s for the legs, so I don't have the opportunity to screw directly through that 2x4 into the horizontal boards. Instead, I'm going to be using a pocket hole jig to drill diagonally through these boards to easily screw the boards to the 2x4 legs, but you probably could skip this step if you wanted to and just toenail the screws in. But I just want to make sure the wood doesn't split, so I'm using this pocket hole jig to pre-drill and make sure that doesn't happen. My girls really love helping and working in my shop, so I couldn't say no. They're coming down to help assemble the larger panels, handing me screws and boards when they can. Alright, I need 2 legs. Alright, 2 screws. There you go. 2 more screws. Wow, that was fast. Thank you. There you go. Good job. I know, and you're doing so good. All right, you go get another one?
I'm going to get another of those.
Yep, I need another one of those, and I need 4 screws.
That is the feel of it. Hello, anyone on there? Hello.
Good job, Lana babes.
We're learning how to make cake. We're learning how to make what? What's that? I forget.
Raised garden beds.
We're learning how to raise garden beds.
Good job. All right, now we're working on putting together the frame that will go on top of the garden bed to really finish it all off and add a little bit more strength to it. Then the next step will be cutting the metal roofing to length, and I'm actually going to be using my circular saw. I don't have a metal cutting blade, but if you take a regular carbide blade that's for cutting wood, turn it around backwards so it's spinning the opposite way, you can easily cut through the roof. Now if you don't want to do that, you can easily use a grinder with a metal cutting blade or some tin snips, but that's going to be a lot harder. Now with some 1-inch metal roofing screws, I'm going to attach the metal roofing to each of the panels. Now I may be going overkill on the screws, but this actually really strengthens it up. The more screws you put in it, the more rigid this is going to be, and those joints won't ever come apart. Then I'll take the same exterior decking screws that I use for assembling the panels to connect all 4 of them to create the garden bed. With this design, you'll want to make sure that you have the short panels inside of those 2 longer panels before screwing them together. Next, we're going to work on the bottom of the garden bed, and this is going to be adding in 5 of these 2x2 supports, 1 on each end, and then they're about every foot apart along the bottom. And this is going to be supporting the weight of the soil inside of these garden beds, and then we're going to put the metal roofing panel over top of this and screw it down to that frame. Then finally, the last step would be putting that top frame around this garden bed and screwing that down.
Yep. Hey, looks like you did the little hiding spot. You hide it?
Oh no, that goes on the other side. Good job, Justin. You showed me that the holes were on the top.
Yeah, because
Thank you for pointing that out. That was a big help, because I was going to have to take it all apart to cover those up. Alright, that just about finishes up these garden beds. Now all we need to do is take this outside and put it in my truck, take it over to my mother-in-law's, and she's got 3 new garden beds for her birthday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if anybody's interested in build plans, you guys can check that out in the description below this video. I spent a lot of time putting those build plans together, so I hope they're helpful for you guys. It has material lists, cut lists, all the tools you'll need for it, and then very detailed illustrations on how to put this together. So hope that's helpful. If it is, go check those out. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm planning on making a cedar version of these garden beds with build plans that will be available if anybody's interested. So stay tuned for that video coming up and the new build plans. Now I want to give a shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and helping me create videos like this one. If you're interested in supporting, you guys can go check out the link down in the description for my Patreon page, and you can get some cool merch from it as well. Now also, the great way to support the channel is just by liking, sharing, and commenting my videos, subscribing to the channel, and then also if you're interested in any build plans, I have those available now on Etsy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.